Are you struggling to close sales? Here are 7 essential skills you need as a realtor to be successful in real estate. Number 1 is communication skills. This involves being able to speak with clarity, be precise and be concise when you're talking. Some level of communication where people can, see you as an expert. You need to speak as a professional. You need to talk with clarity so that people can understand and have confidence in what you're saying. Number 2 is listening skills. One of the biggest challenges that realtors have is your inability to listen to your client. Because when you listen, you will understand the pain points of your client. You'll be able to ask the right questions, be able to understand what they want, what they need, where they need it, at what price they want it. Number 3, it's selling skill. There's something I call the KYP, that's know your product. In as much as you need to know your KYC, which is know your client or your customer, you need to know your product. Because a good product knowledge will help you in selling documentation, the location, the price, the features of the estate. You need to know these things. These are part of the product knowledge that you need to know. Now, this also involves persuading you, learning how to persuade a client or learn how to convince a client to buy from you. The 4th skill that every realtor must learn and develop is what I call the ice-breaking skill. Now, when you meet a client for the first time, what do you say? How do you talk to them? How do you get their attention? Now, what do you do to ice break? You met someone in the mall, you met someone in the plane, you met someone anywhere. How do you start a conversation? Now, the ability to start a conversation that leads to value creation is one of the essential skills that a realtor needs. Personal branding skill is one other essential skill that every realtor must learn. How do you appear? Because people will relate with you based on how you look. Do you look like money or do you look like a beggar? Because it's not really break a bank for you to look good. It's just a matter of how your appearance, what people perceive when they see you. Can they put money in your hand? Do you look like the money that you are calling? Or you have a shoe that is, I passed my neighbor's shoe or something like that. What's your breath like? Some of the realtors you meet and then they are smelling their mouth. They have this oozing odor. Man, please get a sweet, get a candy, If you don't look like money, nobody's going to put money in your hands. Number 6 is social media skills. Of course, you know that in this period, in this era that we are, you must learn how to, be involved in social media. You need to learn how to shoot videos. You need to learn how to make videos. You need to learn how to edit videos. You need to learn how to use CapCut. I'm going to make a video on how to use CapCut to, do video as a beginner. The right time to post on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, on Facebook. The right time. And these are some of the things you need to learn. You know how to place ads on Facebook, on Google. You need to also learn Google ads. You need to learn how to do Google My Business. Create visibility for your brand. Now, these are essential skills for a realtor. One skill that a realtor needs is the closing skills. You need to learn when to stop selling and start closing. We need to learn how to stop pitching and start asking the right questions. Like, when are you paying? What price do you want it? When are you coming for inspection? When will you come to our office? How can we move forward? What is stopping you from doing? Now, I'm going to do a video on the right questions to ask your client as a realtor. You need to learn how to close. The closing skill is one of the essential skills that every realtor must possess. And because you stepped this far, I'm going to give you one more bonus skill that you need as a realtor. The bonus skill, it is the follow-up skill. Although I'm going to do an extensive video on how to follow up your clients, one of the places that will have problems in how to follow up our clients. When it comes to follow up, you need to know when is the right time to call, the right time to send an email, the right time to text, the right time that is convenient for your clients to be engaged. Now, these are some of the things we're going to be talking in our next video when we deal with how to do follow-up as a realtor. Now, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. See you in our next video.